solved.
Got enough pillows there? Alright.
Apparently.
Hello. I feel like we need to like call this something different, but rather than the review team, even because this feels like an entirely different set that we've done before. Because it is.
Dun, 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 dun. We're in like those fancy rows, just like pipes.
Welcome to On the Couch with Michael and Grant. Hey.
That does not sound right.
That's the porno version. That'll be the fan fiction. Hey,
sorry, this is... Oh god, I'm thinking of the porn parody titles there.
Review team on the couch. Oh boy. Anywho, so we're gonna talk actually about a good movie today.
Yay!
So yeah, we just got back from The Martian. Easily the best Ridley Scott movie I've seen in fucking years.
Yeah, we've been praying for a return to form for a good long while.
Oh god,
we prayed. We thought it'd be Prometheus. It was not.
Prometheus wasn't that bad.
I said return to form.
I'm not saying it was great.
Yeah, it was okay. It was decent.
It was one of those movies I liked when I first saw it, then I thought about it, and I was like, oh wait, I should not have thought about it.
Yeah.
Because then it all fell completely apart.
Yeah.
But no, this is actually like a really good fucking movie. Like, this is probably in my top 10 this year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like this is... It's like our reward, our patience is being rewarded for all the shit we've had to put up with this year.
Yeah,
because like we've actually had a slew of like fairly decent weeks this past. Well, I mean, last week not including because I held Transweek to you and Green Inferno, but it's okay. It was worth it because we got here now. We're here, and it's like next couple months look okay. Looks like we're gonna be okay.
We're gonna make it after all.
And then out of the Chipmunks.
The review's just like you hanging yourself in the car.
I wouldn't like to know how I'd even do that. You just like see two little feet dangling from the sunroof.
Yeah.
You attach it to the light post. Got really creative with this one. Maybe sit here so I can read you a suicide note.
Yeah. Either he is really tall or that is a very low light.
That's a long rope.
Yeah,
you gotta be creative with these things. Alright, anyway. So The Martian. Yeah, it's one of those things, I feel like it's kind of hard to talk about. It's a really good fucking movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Right off the bat, it gets, like, right into... Things go terribly wrong.
Yeah, it's like, I'm reminded a lot of Gravity is, of course, the obvious one. I will say this comparison to Gravity is the Gravity used 3D a lot more effectively than this movie did.
Yeah.
Because we just got the full fucking package of the movie. We got the XD theater, we got the 3D and all that stuff.
The Dolby Atmos.
Basically, every excuse to, like, throw some... Like, here, just give me all your money, basically.
Yeah.
3D didn't really do much, though. The sound was nice.
Yeah, because I don't think you've actually done it before, because, like, they just had this recently, it's only at that theater in that particular auditorium.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not much of an audiophile, so I don't really know how much of a difference I would notice. Yeah,
that's totally understandable. It is nice to have, like, a good little audio system there.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's been a long time since this movie with a protagonist as goddamn charming as Matt Damon in this movie.
Yeah. Not only charming, but chipper.
Charming, chipper, and totally believable. Yeah. And this is like easily the best Matt Damon performance I've seen in a long time. Which, again, he's kind of needed after his more recent publicity tragedies.
Yeah, it's one of those things you're like, I understand what he was getting at. It's just one of those things you're like, it was bad timing.
Bad timing and bad phrasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But regardless, the great performance of Matt Damon. And this is one of the movies where, like, the science in this movie is so fascinating to me. Yeah, that even some of the very minor nitpicky things that I had issues at this movie is like it's so overshadowed by just the brilliant scientific ideas here. It's like I'm willing to overlook a lot of shit.
Yeah, this basically in the science regards, it's like the idea of gravity with the more realistic aspects of Interstellar sans the third act.
Yeah, I like this way better than Interstellar.
Oh, by far.
Yeah,
Interstellar was an all right movie, but nothing I'd write home about.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Interstellar more than you did. It's one of those movies that has not stayed with me. It doesn't have much staying power. I would say that much.
Ironically, which I just remembered also has Matt Damon.
Yeah, yeah. There's that joke. If you ever see pictures, like there's another movie with Matt Damon in space, and so between that movie, Interstellar, and The Martian, NASA spent a lot of fucking money to saving Matt Damon from space.
Basically, this is like the alternative idea instead of what if Matt Damon didn't go crazy and was like...
Well, he's still went a little crazy. He's also Captain Brown.
Oh yeah, Captain Blonde.
Towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, I'm a space pirate. On all fairness, so he did come to that with very logical conclusions. It's like...
No, yeah, like, the writing in this movie is... Like, did Ridley Scott write this?
No, Drew Goddard did.
Drew Goddard did.
A.K.A. the guy who did, oh god, Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, that's why it's right.
Also, Daredevil. He was the showrunner for most of that.
Yeah, I remember that now. That explains why the writing is so fucking good.
Also, I found out that apparently he actually has a background in science.
I know they worked with NASA on this movie.
Yeah, but like he actually has education in it.
Does he really?
Yeah, like I'm not sure to what extent, but it's like they said that kind of helped lay the groundwork quite a bit. And of course, the fact is based on a novel.
So I was trying to see if I could have the Matt Damon picture on my phone. Unfortunately, I do not. But anywho,
only one I've seen was the one where it's like duct tape solves everything.
Oh yeah, that's another nickname for this movie. Everything's fixed with duct tape. Anyway, Evil Dead. Ironically, the Evil Dead reboot was kind of the same way.
Yeah. On the topic of the whole controversy with Matt Damon, there is another one that's been kind of overshadowing this, which I think we'll address a little bit later.
Which one are you talking about?
Basically, this movie's been kind of accused of being whitewashed from the novel.
I don't know anything about that.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Or later in the review, but... Yeah, let's not overshadow the fact this is such a good movie!
It is. It's expertly written, it's brilliantly acted. I mean, again, Matt Damon is so fucking good in this movie, and you root for him every step of the way.
Yeah.
I've heard some gripes about the endings, and people say, like, it's too much of a happy ending. At the same time, don't give anything necessarily too much away. I feel like if we didn't get the happy ending that we did, I would have been more pissed off if we didn't. Because after all,
because you like Matt Damon in this way too, or Mark Watley.
Yeah, Mark Watley. It's basically Matt Damon.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we got more time with the crew members. That was like one of my issues I had with the movie, because it only did like a little bit.
It had like a very large ensemble cast of like people trying to like get him back home and like figure out what to do.
Yeah, but again, like really, I feel like science and how Matt Damon survives on Mars. Like the science of this movie is practically the main character of the movie.
Yeah, and like the point where just like a lot of physicists and whatnot are just like saying, dude, this is like one of the most scientifically accurate movies you'll find in a long time.
And they make it entertaining, and they make it fascinating. And again, it's largely because of Matt Damon's stunning charisma.
Yeah.
And the fact that, god damn it, he's so damn charming.
A good example of where that happens is when he's trying to create water.
Yeah.
And and like, so basically does like, all right, so, here's the problem. Everything's fireproof. But, what are the ways we can work around that? And so he's kind of going through all these different things and like, so basically he does like, he gets hydrogen, melts it down.
Yeah, like he puts it like in a container so that way like it'll turn into I forget, it basically turns into steam, which turns into water, which basically turns its entire farm.
Basically turning into H2O.
Yeah, basically turns a giant farm into a giant steam room, so that way his plants can grow, and it actually works. Well, the second time it works. The first time he accidentally blows himself up because he doesn't take into account carbon dioxide.
Well, which has that little bit of extra oxygen when he breathes out.
Well, that's carbon dioxide, isn't it?
Huh?
I'm thinking. No, you're right.
I mean, oxygen is in CO2, so
yeah, true. But yeah,
and it's just even the way he addresses it is just like, so yeah, I blew myself up.
Well, like another thing I like this movie too is like there's no like unsympathetic people in this movie.
Yeah,
like they could have very easily have done, and I feel like any other director who made this movie would have done that. They would have made the NASA person going, "Oh, we can't save him. That would cost us money." And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Like, although those ideas factor in, they still try to find ways to like bring him home.
No, like they don't ever really say, "Oh, screw him. We're just gonna do our own thing." Like, no. How can we make this situation work?
Yeah, because like Jeff Daniels, that was the vibe I got from him in the trailer, which thankfully was not the case. He was a lot more proactive than I had expected.
And even like I'm never gonna remember the actor's name. The guy who was in 12 Years a Slave.
I can't even pronounce it, so I don't blame you.
That guy who was in 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, when you first see him, it's like, oh no.
What?
Because like when you first see him, it's just like the way he sounds kind of smarmy, like the whole.
Oh. Okay.
Getting the because I want to get satellites on Mars. It's like, it's like we're probably gonna have a dead body there. It's like, oh, we'll just look, we have the sympathy of the people. We can make this work for us. And then, you know...
True, he wasn't wrong, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's just, the way he put it, it's like, it was kind of smarmy, but, like, once they found out, no, there's a guy in danger, he basically threw that aside.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
Like, it could have been this. It could have so easily turned to a movie about the rich people trying to beat Matt Damon down, and everyone's go on like rebel and save him and all that stuff. They could have very easily turned into that movie. Thankfully, it did not turn into that movie. Like, everyone here is sympathizable. They're likable characters. These are people you root for. You want them to succeed. Like, again, the science is just so fascinating that like I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Because I do. I'm a psych major now, but I do have a background in science, so like I find this stuff just infinitely fascinating.
Oh, which reminds me, that was one of the other things that kind of bothered me a bit. It's like, wait, he is a botanist. Why is he specialized in electronics?
But at the same time, he has NASA training and he has a ton of, I'm sure, engineer friends. So I'm willing to give that one a pass.
It made sense later when he actually got into good contact with them, but it's like before that, it felt a little weird.
I don't know, I feel like some NASA training would have involved knowledge how to use the technological equipment, but just with the focus on botany.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they had to have some general training, because as he points out at the end of the movie, shit like this is going to happen, you're going to need to know how to adapt. So
fair enough, yeah. But at least now I know what the heck was bugging me in the beginning. It's like, I forgot, I was like, oh yeah.
But like, even then, that's, again, all the stuff, complaints we have with this movie are just nitpicks at best, because again, this is just a surprising amount of fun for a movie with so much science jabber.
Yeah.
Which, again, comes back into the best Ridley Scott directing I've seen in a long time. And I think it's such a good Ridley Scott movie because he keeps it simple.
Yeah.
The science in there, science is complicated, but the story itself is very simple.
Yeah.
It's about survival. It's about getting off. It's like, it's Castaway, but in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you and I were talking about this on the way back. That we were talking about a little bit like, should this have been more of a movie about him dealing with isolation rather than him just trying to survive.
Yeah.
And I think I was thinking about this when you get in your car a little bit, because long story. But anywho, I was thinking about like we've seen the story of the isolated person before. We've seen like movies like Castaway, or even like Moon did that too, or even Space Odyssey to a certain extent.
Yeah.
That the fact that story is something we've seen a million different times, but you haven't really seen a man stranded on Mars survival story before.
Yeah.
So I like that they didn't focus too much on isolation. They focused it on it just enough to keep it interesting. They could have done a bit more.
Yeah.
I will acknowledge that.
That's what I mean. It's like they could have just a little bit, because it felt like it was mentioned and it just kind of passed. Like just have that a little bit more of a complete picture, but. Even then, it's like, you know, it's a nitpick.
Yeah, but even then, like, as long as the movie is, I'm willing to bet there's a lot of cut scenes.
Yeah, that's
from this. Like, even with, like, the crew, I can tell there's some stuff they wanted to put in there, especially when they showed the epilogue scenes that they didn't have time for.
Yeah.
Because the movie's already pushed to 2.5 hours. So I don't know, maybe there'd be an extended cut or, like, a shit ton of deleted scenes. I could be totally wrong, though.
But I suppose at the same time, that might also mess with the pacing, which, despite being at, like, 2 hours, 20 minutes, was...
It doesn't feel like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Except maybe like towards the end, it kind of started to stretch out a little bit.
But even then, it's like, it was paced very well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And again, you have such great actors to carry you through all the meetings. Even like Donald Glover's like 5 minutes in there was entertaining.
Where he had kind of his little community moment where just like slips. Okay.
Even then, you can tell Donald Glover is definitely playing a different character than he was in Community, though. Like, this one's more the antisocial kind of, almost kind of on the autism spectrum kind of astrophysicist. Or
Sorry, I'm just remembering the...
Autism! Hilarious!
No, I'm just remembering the little science lecture, or his little plan.
Oh yeah, Project Elrond.
Oh god.
Where Boromir goes, like someone goes, "What is that?" It's from Lord of the Rings, and Boromir, who's Sean Bean's this movie too, just goes, "It's a secret meeting." He kind of does.
And I know. The moment we saw that, we were just losing it in the theater.
Yeah.
And what was the thing that Jeff Daniels said? If this Project Elrond, then I'm Lord Fifflefife.
A little Fifflefife?
Like Thistlefife. Fifflefife. I can't.
Now say anemone.
Yeah. Fifflefife. An enemy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's got one of those, right?
Yeah. Yes, but something along the lines of, I want to be Lord Fifflefife.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, oh, you smartass.
It's Jeff Daniels. What do you expect? He's came
from
Newsroom to this. He's like in smarmy mode ever since Newsroom came out.
Yeah. Well, Newsroom to Steve Jobs to this.
Oh, yeah, he's in Steve Jobs too?
Yeah.
The new one or one of the other
The new one.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
I was in the same room with him.
Nice.
Yeah.
That review coming in a couple weeks.
I got... It was so hard to talk to those actors, I'm just going to say. The only one who's easy to talk to is Michael Stuhlbarg. I'll tell you more about that later.
We can go over that when we do the Steve Jobs
exactly.
review. Yeah. But anywho, like I said, I don't want to give too much away because, again, it's just a really smartly written movie.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies you absolutely should check out.
Yeah. Because, I mean, as Drew Goddard said, like, this is meant to be kind of like the antithesis to, you know, many space things. Like, you just want kind of the positive vibes. And so, like, it does... It's those things like... It's similar to the Maroon movies, but different.
Yeah, well, like, it focuses on a different aspect of it, rather than just he gets so lonely, he's going to talk to a volleyball for a couple hours. Or, like, it doesn't go that route. It's much more focused, and it's much more like, okay, here's a problem, how do we solve it? And I like that direction of it. It's not something we see a lot of. Well, we do in these kind of movies, but the emphasis is usually on, look how insane I'm getting, wacky, woo-hoo-hoo. This one's more focused on, like, okay, here's a direct problem. How can I use what I have with me to MacGyver my way to survival?
And I think the fact that you use actual science in this is definitely what makes it work so well. Because, like, in a lot of other instances, it feels like MacGuffins, whereas here it's like, okay, this could theoretically all work. And so it's almost like a light science lecture on, like, what can you do in the face of danger.
Yeah, and I think that definitely works, and it's not something we see, like, take the center stage in that. Like I say, I would argue that science is just as much of a protagonist in this movie as Matt Damon is.
Yeah.
And both, like, this movie would fail without either one of them.
Yeah. Because
if they just use a sci-fi mumbo-jumbo, this movie would be significantly less interesting than it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that it is legitimate science, it is something that can happen, and the people who clearly knew what they were talking about writing this, and I'm assuming Matt Damon had to learn all this shit to actually talk about it. But basically everyone's convincing and everyone sells this idea like, yes, you can do this. And they're all having fun doing it.
Yeah.
That's another important thing. Like, again, the wit that Matt Damon has and the lines he has is so fantastic and so funny and makes this, again, character so damn likable.
I just wish I could remember all the lines he said, because just, wow, There were
so many.
Yeah, it's like, he had the right kind of snark, too.
Yeah. But you can also tell there is a layer of vulnerability. There is a layer of desperation, especially towards the very end. Yeah. When he starts going up, you kind of tell like it's starting to get to him because he's lost a lot of body mass because he had to ration out his food. Yeah. So he doesn't have much left, and it's like, you tell because it's like skin and bones towards the end. Yeah. But you can tell they use CGI on that, but understandably.
I couldn't really tell there.
That one, I think they use CGI on that, but I could be wrong. Unless Matt Damon really bulked up and just lost all the weight for like one scene, or two, to be fair.
I mean, in all fairness, like, he didn't lose a massive amount of weight. It's just like he looks more like my body type right now. So
yeah, if you go from Matt Damon, big bulky guy, to you, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
No offense.
Well, it's not as much. Yeah, we'll keep in mind that Christian Bale went from Batman to Styx.
Well, Christian Bale's an insane method actor.
Fair enough.
I don't know if Matt Damon has ever gone quite that far for a movie that I know of. Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, so anyway.
But it's saying, like, he did a relatively healthy amount.
Yeah. I don't know, it looked pretty scraggly to me. But anywho, that's irrelevant. Where was I going with this? Right, before he's... Oh, yeah. Because, like, there was one part in the movie where he kind of grows a big scraggly beard. Yeah. And, like, I starts talking about, like, you know, technically, whenever I go out in there, this space is owned by America, but everything else is international waters.
No, the station was owned by America, but everything,
outside, it's technically international waters.
And the fact that he's doing something that he was not officially condoned to do.
Until he gets on there.
Yeah.
I'm basically a space pirate.
And he goes by...
He communicates through with NASA via a rover.
And they're like, how's he doing? Well, he's requesting to be called Blondebeard now.
Captain Blondebeard.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, technically by maritime law... I know, he explained it to me.
And then later on, and this is actually a brilliant little thing I never noticed about physicians before. Yeah. Is there's a part towards the end where like they have to do some incredibly insane shit for him to get out into orbit so the other crew members who accidentally left behind or come back for him can save him. It's a long story. Go see the movie. And there's a part where he goes, what they're telling me is that, physicians never use the word fast.
To describe acceleration.
To describe acceleration. So they're just saying that to try for me not to object to the insane plan they're trying to get me to do.
Yeah, it is very insane.
Because they think they'll just like the sound of being the fastest man ever to travel in space.
Yeah.
And I do like the sound of that, but I'm not going to tell them that.
Because it is an insane plan.
So shit like that, and Matt Damon does better than I can, but he has this dry wit to him, and it just totally works.
And basically he does that weird, like, I hate to say it, like one of those Family Guy progressions of like, something, okay, maybe I did, yeah, I did it.
I would say like more of a mockumentary type.
Thank you. Because, he goes from like,
format.
It's like, the more I talk about it, the more I'm liking the sound of this.
All right, let's do this. I mean, again, there's not much left I can say without talking about like the nitty-gritty of the movie, and I don't want to, because it's a movie you should absolutely go see, because it's one of the best of the year, hands down.
Oh yeah.
And by easily the best Ridley Scott movie since Robin Hood.
I heard that was kind of an movie.
I'm being completely sarcastic.
Well, you sold that very well.
Thank you. Call me Matt Damon.
Oh, I get to be Ben Affleck? Well, damn.
That's okay. You do the over-the-top New York or Boston accent. You retain it, guys.
Yeah.
Be here for my aforementioned attorney.
So yeah, I mean,
like I said, there's not much we can talk about without really going into spoilers. So, and I don't.
That and the fact that like a lot of this relies on science, which is really nitty or like really
nitty gritty. Yeah. Other than that, just like great ensemble cast, great lead performance, great use of. Every time I say science, I feel like I gotta do more dramatic just to mix it up because I've said it so many times in this review.
Science!
Science! Welcome to the world of tomorrow! That was a weird moment. Which reminds, what year does this movie take place in anyway?
Present day.
Is it present day?
Yeah.
Because it feels like some of the, would the Land Rover be that much covered in sand by now?
Well, he did say it was from like 97.
Oh, I'm thinking one of the newer ones. No, never mind. Yeah, that's fine then.
They're talking about the first one.
Oh, God, that makes more sense.
The one where it would have lasted longer had someone used metric and not our, was it imperial ruling system?
Fuck, fine. I don't even know.
Basically, we messed things up in 97.
Yeah, big shock. That's never happened before. Alright.
Also, that is the other thing. I like that they had kind of the international rally.
Which one?
The fact that many countries got together to help this guy out.
Oh yeah, I will admit, I did think that was a bit of a, again, this is kind of spoilerish, but I did think that was kind of a Deus Ex Machina a little bit.
A little bit, but...
Because, after his probe, they were trying to supply that Matt Damon crashes and burns, some random Chinese, I don't know what it's called,
was it the CASN?
Something like that. The Chinese space program looks and goes, we have a super top secret thing we're working on that could possibly help them. We should help them.
Yeah.
Secretly. And
that was a bit of a double-edged sword. Although in all fairness, I think they're also using that as a means of getting good press on their side as well.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't know, for me, they never mentioned anything about the Chinese space program up to this point, so all of a sudden, Chinese space program, which we had okay, it's fine, it works, but it's it did kind of come out of nowhere.
Well, in all fairness, I haven't mentioned the Russian space, but of course that might have also been a source of the book as well.
Wait, there was a Russian in there?
No, there wasn't. I was just saying, Russia, like China, has a fairly good space program. It's just, if they didn't mention them, would you have the same problem?
I guess not. I don't know, I guess it's more like
but I understand what you mean, though. It did feel a little out of left field, but at the same time,
so it's kind of like if I'm making movies damn it, none of our experiments work, man. Well, how about the super secret dot project I never mentioned before now? Maybe this will solve all our problems.
Like Contact. Except this is way more understandable and believable than Contact.
Yeah, I've never actually seen Contact. It's more believable than Independence Day.
No, trust me. If you see Contact, you'll see what I mean. It's basically one of the biggest plot holes in the world that pissed off a lot of people.
Oh, good to know. Yeah. I mean, anything else to say about this movie?
Not really. It's just watch it. It's so damn good. There's very little not to like about it, save for a couple kind of.
Everything we have to say about this movie is bad is just pure nitpicking. So
exactly.
So it's one of those things. It's definitely worth your time. I mean, This and Sicario are like the best movies in theaters right now. Very, very different movies.
Still need to watch Sicario.
Sicario's really good. In that case, yeah, should we move on to trailers then?
Yeah.
We got Crimson Tide again. We talked the movie to death, so I'm not going to really focus much about that.
Only way you'll see us anything new is that we have somehow seen an IMAX movie where they have the little exclusive trailer.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to see Crimson Tide so I can stop getting the fucking trailer for this thing.
Crimson Peak?
Crimson Peak, yes. Crimson Peak. My bad, I wrote that down wrong. But I just want to stop getting the fucking trailer for this. I've gotten the trailer for like every movie I've seen the past month has gotten the trailer for Crimson Peak.
I've never seen a trailer be used so much.
Were you around during the Die Hard 5 days? You were, but I guess you weren't as active as you are now.
True.
Because I wasn't like in every goddamn movie I saw was a trailer for Die Hard 5.
Yeah, but still, I've been seeing this trailer for like a frickin' year.
Still not as much as Die Hard 5. Yeah. Then we got the new trailer for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2.
No, I've seen that one.
I have not. This is the first time I've seen this one.
I thought this is the same one they've been playing.
No, this is a different one. This one shows like, oh, the president's apparently gone all Marvel supervillain and has put booby traps all over the city.
Nope, this is not new for me. I thought we talked about this one before.
No, this is a new trailer. I'm positive this is a new trailer.
Okay.
Yeah. Because trust me, I've seen that trailer you're talking about 500 other times.
Fair enough.
I don't know. From this one, I was like, it's kind of like, as far as this concept goes, it's kind of stretching how much I'm willing to believe as far as all this goes. Like, so let me get this straight. President Snow' big plan for stopping Katniss and all these other people is James Bond villain territory. No, I expect you to die. It was a very slow, elaborate process in which I have been constructed for you. It's so over the top ridiculous. I don't know. Like, I'll wait to see the movie because I have yet to hate a Hunger Games movie. I haven't loved all of them. I thought the last one was just okay, but
yeah, it's like I've heard it's like in order of like the quality, it was 2, 1, 3 from best to worst.
I would say that's accurate. So we'll see how this one ranks. To me, it sounds too much like this looks like a fucking comic book plot, and I hate to use that phrase because, of course, I call myself a goddamn comic nerd. But like, this is like vintage '80s shit. Or like, you know, I was like, oh, I'll let you go, but only after you complete my maze of madness.
Scorch Trials.
That was more like a zombie movie, actually. It's kind of weird.
All right, next trailer.
And then we got Joy, which didn't really tell us much, but it's a David O. Russell movie, so I'm going to go see it no matter what.
Pretty much. Basically, it just looks like Jennifer Lawrence getting angry at people.
Totally okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and good cast, too.
Oh, I mean, it's David O. Russell, I guess, like, makes a movie a year at this point.
Yeah, and he uses the same. It seems he's using the same people over and over again now. Basically, he's kind of using the American Horror Story formula, like different things, but the same people most of the time.
I was gonna go more Tarantino, but that works too.
That too. Actually, for the most part, Tarantino, the only one he's been using a lot, I'd say, at least lately, is Sam Jackson.
He's reused a lot of his cast for pretty much every movie he's done. At least uses 1 or 2 other cast members.
Sam Jackson and himself.
Well, no, I know
what you mean though, because he between the movies he used like
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Was in both Inglourious Basterds and Django.
Yeah. He decided to give him a break this movie.
Was that?
He decided to give him a break this movie.
Yeah.
Of course, he used Kurt Russell in Death Proof.
Yeah, and
Tim Roth. He's in.
Is Tim Roth? Which one is Tim Roth in? Oh, right. Oh, he's in Hateful Eight and Reservoir Dogs, of course.
And Pulp Fiction.
And Pulp Fiction. Oh yeah, he's in Pulp Fiction. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, basically, it's one of those cases where it's like, hey, want to make a movie real quick? And they go do it. And that's how Tarantino and David O. Russell movies are born, apparently.
Yeah.
That has to be how he gets these movies done so fucking fast. Because, like, I don't know when these are filmed, but he's been pumping out one a year for, like, the past 4 years. Because there was The Fighter, then Silver Linings Playbook, and then American Hustle, and now Joy.
Yeah. 4
consecutive Christmases of David O. Russell movies. So that's the only way I can see him doing that.
Yeah.
So either way, it looks interesting. In the brief little bits they show, and I love the cast, so love it good. Speaking of loving the cast, The Revenant, we have the new trailer for this one. I can't fucking wait for this movie.
Now, this movie gave a little bit more to the plot. It's basically a simple revenge thriller, but
don't care. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed to see CGI bear, but that was like.
But damn, that was a good CGI bear.
Yeah,
he tore the crap out of it.
Yeah.
He just tears the crap out of DiCaprio.
I love the way it's shot. I love the way it looks. I love the actors behind it. I love the director behind it.
Yeah, of course, because he made the super fantastic Birdman.
Birdman.
Birdman! It's completely unrelated.
See, this is what they want. They want action, not this deep, mopey, depressing, philosophical bullshit. That's probably how the pitch meeting for The Revenant went down.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like just with the actor alone and the way it's shot and filmed, it's like it's guaranteed Oscar, at least or at least nomination, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Maybe DiCaprio will actually win this one.
Yeah. So it's DiCaprio versus Bane.
Yeah. Never let go, Jack. Never let go.
The pain will mold you.
My heart will go on. Anyway, yeah. So Robin looks really good. Then you got In the Heart of the Sea. Again, this movie was like all over the place earlier last year, and then it kind of disappeared. For a while.
Which one was that again? I can't.
The Moby Dick movie.
Oh yeah. This is the first time I saw the trailer in 3D though, so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, like we got this trailer all the time last year, and then it just like disappeared for a year, and now it's coming out again this year. So I don't know what the hell happened in between then and now.
Might have just hit a delay.
I'm guessing so, but either way, I don't know. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, mildly curious just because like I'm distantly related to Herman Melville, so.
I mean, it is a Ron Howard movie. So movies. I've never been a huge fan of Apollo 13, but.
I enjoy that movie. The problem is that Ron Howard is incredibly hit and miss.
Yeah. Like,
so like he is like one of those crapshoots that goes from like Oscar worthy to The Grinch.
Ron Howard directed The Grinch. The fuck?
Yeah, you see what I mean now.
There's a mix.
Yeah. Also was it but yeah.
Fuck.
That just blow your mind?
A little bit. Yeah. I don't know. This one, I don't know. Yeah. It's a bunch of CGI whales.
Yeah.
No, if
no one's the South Park. F you chicken, F you.
A little bit.
Dolphin. There we go. That's what it was.
Fuck you, dolphin.
Yeah. Oh. On that topic, I'll get to that controversy.
Oh yeah, what was that about?
Well, basically, some people were complaining that this movie had been whitewashed in some regards, even though technically true. Because, although probably not to that huge extent, because like guy whose name we can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Who I just from 12 Years a Slave. Obviously, with the last name Kapoor, he was really supposed to be like an Indian person.
Yeah.
And I believe it was one of the people in the office, the Mindy Park character. I believe she was supposed to be Korean, I think. And and they said like
stuff.
I know, because like when I was like, okay, technically it's not whitewashing when one of them goes from Indian to black.
I mean, like, one of the main scientists that saves the day is Asian. So
yeah, because, like, there's still a very high, prominent Asian mark in this.
Yeah,
like,
so
yeah, it's, like, understandable that,
That's one of those controversies. Yeah. I'm not even sure it's worth addressing.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a non...
Well, it's just kind of interesting. It's just kind of interesting to talk about, just because, like, on one hand, yeah, they took away two, like, the more prominent roles, but on the other hand, there was still a respectively high amount of, like, Asian characters in this.
So I'm just really enjoying your little rocking couch thing you got here. It's like we.
Yeah. We can't put that picture up for our logo.
Sure we can. I can take a freeze frame of this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Where it's like, hey Matt Day, we need a picture of you. Okay. Hey, we can't use this. We need one with his face. Oh yeah, all I'd have is take his helmet off in space and, die. Yeah.
God, I love the snark in this movie.
Oh my god.
Just watch this movie. It's just...
Wait, what was The Finest Hours? Yeah, I don't remember what that was.
Oh, the Coast Guard one. That was the last trailer I forgot.
Oh, yeah. The one basically... I know why. I pressed that memory because it basically involves every nightmare I've ever had about the ocean ever.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, every few years, I usually have some kind of nightmare where, like, the ocean comes up and I just end up drowning and, like, just washes over me. And this one just fills me with anxiety.
Yeah. You thought Heart of the Sea was pulse-pounding action of tearing the seas? Well, wait till you see this. It's just like storm in the freezing cold and half a boat staying afloat for some reason.
Basically, a giant hurricane rips a cargo ship in half, and Chris behind has to go save them in what basically equivalent of a toy boat to Neptune.
Yeah.
Curse you, merciful Poseidon!
If anyone can do it, though, it's Captain Kirk.
God, maybe, I don't know. I'm saying not Neptune, Poseidon, but either way, you get the idea.
They're the same guys.
Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, that was
one's Roman, one's Greek, but it's two sides of the same coin.
That's the way I was just like, nope, 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 nope. I don't care if it's CGI, nope.
Oh, but the CG whales! No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I don't have nightmares about whales. I have nightmares about crashing oceans, apparently. So that apparently just scarred me as a kid, and now it's scarring me now as an adult.
All right, well, I think we've talked enough about all this. So
Martian, go see it. Yeah. It's a great movie.
Probably the third best movie this year.
What are the other two?
Mad Max and Inside Out.
I would say there's more good movies than that. Oh, no, you forgot about Magic.
I said third best. Okay. I didn't say... No, there's definitely a viable top 10 now, which is nice, I think.
Yeah, I think Sicario would probably go above The Mist for me, but... Which is why I need to go...
Above which one?
The Martian.
Yeah. I still really want to see that.
And we got Good Dinosaur coming out next month.
Did you see the trailer for that, actually?
I did. I've read a lot about it. I'm optimistic, but I'm still kind of questioning about it.
I don't know, as long as Cars 3 is still coming out, I think there's no way they can hit that kind of low. Just why, Pixar? Why?
Disney.
Yeah.
Cars is apparently their most successful franchise, which is disappointing, but...
Yeah. Well, then I think we've talked enough.
Let's see, what do we even have next week? We have The Walk.
Well, technically Steve Jobs.
But that's only in New York and...
Really? I was told it was in Cupertino.
No, it's only in New York and Los Angeles.
Never mind.
Yeah, trust me, I looked it up.
Well, damn. So yeah, The Walk, which I do really want to see.
Let's see, what else we got next week?
Where we see him on that wire for about 20 minutes, apparently.
Is that how long it is? After a while, you think, Jesus, hurry up, man. It's all going to get ready to die thing, but dear God. We got Pan. Which is ironically getting Pan. Oh, come on, dude. That's going to be totally worth it for Hugh Jackman alone. Welcome to Neverland! It's going to be great. And Captain Hook doing whatever the fuck accent he's doing in that movie.
I'm Captain Hook! I don't know, I can't remember what it is. I remember saying...
No, it's more like a weird, Australian kind of thing. Where
yeah.
Hi, I'm Captain Hook, or something like that. It's, really fucking weird.
I thought it was, some weird, southern...
It kind of is, southern Australian kind of mix. I don't know, it's kind of bizarre. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all we got. So, tune in next week for Pan and, we got one good movie at least, from what I've heard. Pan and The Walk.
And if we can find 99 Homes there, is actually quite good, too.
I've heard about that. I haven't seen that playing anywhere, though.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because I've been looking for it, but I haven't seen it anywhere. Oh, we have Goodnight Mommy, which is a really interesting-looking little foreign horror movie.
I'll try and find the trailer for that.
Yeah, Muha showed it to me. That sold me pretty much instantly. Because it's saying to people, it's kind of like the closest to It Follows and The Babadook we've gotten in a long time. So, and it's playing a Camera 3.
You know what? I think I did hear about... No, maybe think about... All right. Either way, we will see you next week.
Yeah, see you guys then.